Ok, un massaggio così.
Now, I know for some people they're going to find this a little bit boring, obviously, but we're just trying to play against lower players and give them something to build upon versus simply crushing. A knight c6 here.
Ok,
Thank you so
mettete
much
qua
to
così. Mettete qua
NBNJKJJ
così.
for subscribing. Thanks to NBNJKK.
Così. Bravo, bravo.
And see, now he's a little bit out of his rhythm. Like it's still fine for white, but he's a little bit out of his rhythm because he doesn't get the traditional setup. He's had to play b3, and so it's not quite the exact setup that you normally get, or the setup that you're aiming for, I should say. According to Google, Sato is the most common Japanese surname. Really? Really? Interesting. Let me Google. Nakamura is number 8. Interesting. Oh, Nakamura is number 8. Really? Fair enough. Okay, now I'm going to go bishop g4, put pressure on the pawns of the center immediately here. Now he goes h3. Now he needed to play c3 to overprotect the pawn on d4 or to trade the pawns on c5. Now in the London, you normally want to keep your center intact with this little triangle or the I think it's sniper's nest or whatever Fuseli used to call it back in the day. But normally you want to protect the pawn because now he's going to lose the pawn on the center, and now the whole London system just simply doesn't work out the way that you want it to. Just take. What is your IQ? My guess is 165. No, my IQ is it is 102. So it's something. It's something. Yeah, it is what it is. So now I will simply take pawn because I want to see how good this guy's abilities are. I'm hitting the rook in the corner pocket here. It's a very, very scary position. We'll see if he can find the way to save the rook or not. Number 8, not for persons of names, 1,059,000. You may have heard of professional chess player Hikaru Nakamura, who was the first player to earn over $50 million playing chess. C3, good move by the way. Let's go back to B6. Social media these days, you guys. Am I right? Social media. Let's play E5 and E4. Basically, a joke site, like a joke site, which lists random numbers completely made up out of thin air. They basically they make that, and their journalists who basically start writing articles as though it's fact. And it makes me very sad about the future of journalism in general. So, yeah. It's crazy that joke website leads to writing articles that are completely fake, and then it becomes almost an established fact, which is just ridiculous. Okay, now here I'm going to go bishop e7. I break the pin, and now the fork is in play because the queen and the bishop are under attack, and the knight on c6 guards the bishop on e7. Do you guys really think that if I had $50 million, you think that if I had $50 million, I would stream 5 days a week for 8 hours every day? You really think that I would? Okay, Adam Pearl says you don't know how bad journalism is until they write an article about you. Let's take the bishop. Yes, exactly, yes. Right. Okay, let's castle here. So here I'm up a piece. I have an extra knight on the board. XQC. No, you guys. XQC doesn't have 50 million. People forget that in order to have that much money, you would have had to basically make double that. That's what people forget. Is they forget about this pesky little thing called taxes. I mean, as we know, there are only 2 things that really exist in life: death and taxes. So we'll take that thing. So yeah, the notion that when anytime someone says something like that, like even with XQC, they forget that XQC has to pay taxes. So even if XQC made $10 million a year, that's pre-tax, it still has to pay like 40% in taxes. That's before he has to give all his money to HDMI, right? So anyway, thanks so much. Just be kind for the 5 gifted subs. Appreciate it. Thank you so much. So yeah. Anyway, we got knight d2 here, and I'd love to sack the queen, but I think it's a little bit too much here. Let's play knight to g4. Now, the point of this, I temporarily sack the horse, but I win a horse in return. And again, it follows the theme here where I have 1 extra piece on the board, so I'm happy making even exchanges. I know this is razzle-dazzle, But it is a point of like trading pieces off the board.